Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Comfort Rexford, and I hope I pronounced your name right. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for
Oh,
inviting me.
I'm so happy that you said yes. And I want to introduce you a little bit to the audience. You
Okay.
are an entrepreneur and a mother and grandmother of two amazing children and a beautiful granddaughter as well. You have a track record of high performance sales in beauty and fashion, insurance, and real estate agent. You attribute your business success to your lifelong resilience in transforming your life story against the odds. You wrote a book, Arranged Marriage: The Dilemma of an African Girl, that features empowering stories about her life and her culture. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about your book.
Where do I start? What do you want to know? Just give you the summary?
Yeah. What inspired you to write this book? What was the
What?
starting point?
Well, I wasn't supposed to survive.
Mm.
My father divorced my mother when I was 3 weeks old. And my mother loved me so much. And I'm 99% that's why I survived. Because you know how powerful the love is. And actually, that's what drive me to do what I'm doing because as much as she loved me, I want to share that love to other people. And so the book summarized. My mother died when I was 18. At 22, my family put me in an arranged marriage. That's why I ended up here. And I got divorced 2017, 18, raised my kids and just doing my thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to write a book, share my story, my culture, because in African culture, it's still there. And I'm sure all that part of the world is there too. And even in America, they don't have arranged marriage, but there's still a lot of toxic relationship around.
Yes.
And so in my book, I share my experience and the things I did to empower me to get out of the marriage and empower me to take care of my kids. And somebody might need it. You just never know when you can inspire somebody.
Yes, that's true. And I love to know more about your book. And I will put the link as well in the show notes so people can click on that and get to know more about you and the book. I'm so happy that we speak today. And my next question is, who inspires you?
My mother, my
Oh,
mother, her love, her kindness. She was the leader of our town. She gave so much. If she had this thing, she would give it to somebody they need. She just
mhm.
inspired me to be a better person. And I mean, she's been dead for almost 30 years, but she's right here. Every time I think about her, I just feel her love.
Wow. And she showed by example how it is to be a good leader.
Yes,
Mhm.
definitely.
And she shared everything she had with other people.
She sure did.
Hmm. I love that very much. It's very inspiring. Thank you so much. And my next question is, how do you inspire other people?
Well, I want to empower people. My mission is inspire people, excuse me, especially women. See, we don't know how powerful we are. We've been taught that God is outside of us, and get married and have children, especially different culture, especially the culture I came from. And I discovered my power. I discovered the power within us. And I discovered that love is the highest vibration in the universe. You can't go wrong. And I want to share other people, especially other women, that you're stronger than you think. You have a power. You just need to go within and tap into that power. And the life is not as hard as people have made it to. It's a lot easier because we don't know how. And I figured it out and I want to share with other people.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And how do you empower other women?
Well, right now I'm by my books. I got two books. I got ebook that I've named The Art of Love. Turn chain of pain to chain of love. See, I'm more about love because you have to give the love to yourself before you can go outside and give it to other people. You can't give what you don't have.
Yes.
And that's first thing I learned about love. And so then my arranged marriage, I have I'm YouTube channel, Facebook, all this that I'm just doing videos and sharing content and how to empower yourself, self-love practice, and awaken to your own power. And that's what I'm doing right now, just sharing my knowledge with people.
That's amazing. So you talked about self-love, and what advice would you give to someone who says, I have no self-love?
Well, you do, you just don't know. And if you don't believe it, stay in the mirror. Louise Hay, I did a content about that and I elaborated. Louise Hay says, stand in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. And some people, when they do, they can't do it because they don't know how. But the more you practice, and I elaborated, I've noticed if it's we as a I learned the hardest person to love is us, especially as a mother. We give all our love to our children, husband, family, and we the last. But
Mhm.
focus on your little one. If you have a little one, how much you love her. If you don't, me sometimes I just go outside and get the fresh air in my face. Anything that is easier for you to appreciate it. Focus on that first. And as you practice, before long, you'll be able to give that love to yourself. And your life will be better. Your family life will be better. Your work will be better. Because when you love yourself fully, authentic you, then it shows outside.
Yes, and you attract people and situations and things that love
Exactly.
yourself as well.
Because
Wow.
the energy you give out is what comes back from you. If you're giving toxic energy, it's going to come back. But if you're giving loving and support and inspire energy, it will come back.
So that means you have to give first in order to receive.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. And what are your gifts and talents?
I recently learned I'm a good writer, which I didn't even know. I'm 57, and I'm just knowing that I'm a good writer. And I have a voice too. I can sing, but people tell me, including my daughter, said, "Mama, you inspirational." I like to lift people. I always say, if I can lift you up, I'm not gonna bring you down. I leave you where you are. When I'm upset or I don't feel like my energy is aligned, I don't talk to my family. I don't. At one point, I was mad at my son for doing something. I didn't talk to him for 2 weeks until I was ready. I don't like to, give that toxic energy out until I resolve everything and I can give and I can love.
So are you not talking at all, or what are you doing when you are in a bad frequency?
Well, when let's say, I would say my energy is down, or I don't feel well, I meditated, yoga, going outside. I take care of myself first because we all human and we all get down. Nobody in this world who say I'm always happy all the time. And so when I know I'm not feeling well, I just take care of myself. That's when that self love come. That's when you need it the most. Leave everything out. Take care of you. And
Mhm.
then you go out and play with other people.
Wow, that's so true. So put yourself first
Put
because
yourself first. Yeah. And then because we've been taught to taking care of yourself is selfish. I'm
Mm.
not saying be selfish about me. I'm saying take care of yourself, love yourself, prepare yourself, meditate, put yourself in a good energy, positive energy, and then go to work and share with your coworkers, your family, your friends, your church group, wherever you're doing. That kind of love, not like a selfish that me, I don't care. Fill your cup and then go. And when your cup is dry, come back and fill it again. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I love that analogy. Wow, thank you so much for sharing. And I have another question for you, of course. What is your goal for 2024?
Well, 2024, one's already came through. I finished my book. So now my goal is market it and get it as far as I can get it into the world. With now social media, you can get it a lot of places. And of course, I want not this year, but one of my goal vision is for my book to become a movie.
Oh, a movie. Wow, this
Yes,
is amazing. Wow,
yes.
I love it. Wow.
Mm.
And would you play a role in your own movie or not?
Probably not.
Mhm.
Probably not. I think I let other people to do it. Unless if they ask me to do something and if I really, really want to do it, I go by my intuition. If I feel like I want to do it, I'll do it. If I don't feel like I want to do it, I wouldn't do it. So it depends when that time come, how I feel.
Wow, I love that. I love that. You cannot tell now you don't know. You know when it's time to decide.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And
Yes.
that's another thing I learned that helped me as a being in a toxic relationship and as a single mother. Take one day at a time. Because when you put too much into it, your energy is scattered and
Mhm.
you all messed up. But you just take one thing and work on it and move on it. Just one day at a time. I call it stepping stone.
Wow. I
So
love that.
right now, I don't know if I have tomorrow. All I
Mm.
know is now. In other words, be in your now. Because what if you're thinking about tomorrow or yesterday, you're doing it now?
Oh, that's so
And I
true.
didn't know this until maybe 5, 6 years ago. Till I learned a lot of the things I was doing already I didn't even know I was doing. I guess I was naturally doing it, but I was just studying and learning, and then I was like, I learned the meaning. I was like, oh, oh, as a single mother, I realized when I just try to think too much, I get nervous, and but then I learned to just take one day at a time or one week at a time. Up until now, I don't fill my whole month schedule. I do one week at a time.
Mhm.
One week because I don't want to see what I have to do the whole month and get me upset for no reason. I'm not even there, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So I just Sunday night I do my schedule for this week and I leave the rest.
Wow, this
Unless it's of course if it's a doctor's appointment or something.
yes, of course. Yes, you plan a little bit, but you always focus on one day at a time. You
Mm-hmm.
mentioned it. Wow, and I
Yeah,
have a quote for that. I heard a quote that says, "You cannot do tomorrow's work today." Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, this is
That's
what
true.
you so beautiful. Thank you so much. And I have one last question for you. And it is when people reach out to you after listening to this episode, the podcast, then how can they help you? And do you have special offers and services?
I do. Actually, I have an ebook that I can give away if you want. I can give you the link. I have a website, I have course. I also have my ebook and of course my book Arranged Marriage.
Yes. Wow, I love that very much. Thank you so much for our interview. And do you have a last message to our audience?
I would tell everybody just take one day at a time. The past, don't regret the past because it was a stepping stone for you to get to where you are. Embrace where you are. Try your best to be your authentic you. Love yourself and share. Love yourself, take care of yourself, and then share with others.
Oh, I love that so much. Thank you for this interview and see you in the next episode.